Hello guys, you're welcome to this class. Last class we talked about how we use smart bones. So today we're going to have a look at how we use smart wraps. So smart wraps are essentially ways that we can adjust our image layers. So I have an example here of a character that was done on another software. We have it, let's say for example you draw it in Photoshop or the program for drawing. I have all my character parts done in different layers. You see the hands, shirt, and we have all of this that has been painted, in a very nice way. So this is not really a vector, it's more of a bitmap. So it's just an image file that has different layers. Okay, so when we go to our software, we have imported that character in the software. Okay, so when we are trying to create, let's say we have some issues with our rig, maybe when we turn the hand, and it doesn't really give us what we want. Normally we would have said, okay, let us do some point binding, or let's do some smart actions. But because this is an image, you can't really adjust the points because it's just an image file. So in Moho you could use what they call smart wraps, and that could help us adjust the images. Okay, so we could do the same thing as we have done before. When we rig our character, we could do some layer binding and then even do some flexi binding or linking bones to a layer, which is fine. But at this point now we need to have some corrections in our rig. Like this, for example, I want to try and adjust this shoulder because it's out of alignment. So there are ways that we can fix that. Okay, so how we fix that is now we have to go to the layer that this is for. This is going to be like our hand, so let's look for the hand layer. I think let's use this. Okay, so that's it. So you'd see I have one here, but I'm going to delete this and show you how that works. Okay, so first and foremost, how you create your smart wraps is that you have to create a vector, and then you are going to have this vector as your mesh vector. So it's going to adjust every part of your image, so which in our case is this layer. So I'm going to call this wrap quickly up, and then I'm going to draw a shape around this layer. This shape I'm drawing, right, is going to help us to adjust this image. So I would advise you have some amount of points. Before I do that, let's disable strokes because I don't really think I need strokes for now. Okay, so I'm going to just add points and draw it along the shape, which is the hand. So let's make sure we do that correctly. So just keep in mind that these points are going to help you adjust your layer. So the more points you have, the more control you have, but not too much, so it doesn't become very unnecessary. So we have finished up the shape. So then when we're done with the shape and we like it, we're going to go to draw and then triangulate 2D mesh. This is going to create a triangulation of that vector we drew. So this is very interesting because from here we can see that this is going to actually help us move this image. So I'll show you how that works. So once we've done that, open up the layer you want to adjust, in our case this. So now once you're here, you go to image and then you select a wrap layer. In our case, we're going to use the one we created, which is the wrap, and then apply. So what this does is that when I come over to my wrap layer, okay, and I move a point, this is going to adjust this image down here. Okay, so that's very interesting because this is going to help us to create some manipulations for our bone. Okay, so from here, let's see, I'm going to quickly layer bind this mesh wrap layer to this bone, so it follows that bone whenever it moves. I think that's done. So when you move it around, okay, that's correct. So now we can create a smart action. So maybe we fix the part of the rig that like this. I don't like the way this looks, so I'm going to create a smart action. Let's first of all delete what we have here. So we're doing a new one for demonstration purposes. I'm going to select the bone, which is this bone, and then I create a smart action. Okay, so maybe when the hand is like this, it should be like way better than this. So let's fix that. We'll come over here to our wrap layer and then adjust these points accordingly. Maybe the hand shouldn't be like that. We will have, I've done another one for the body and then adjusted that one, so it really looks very nice. Well, this is just a demonstration for us. You could really have full control of this character. So let's just say that we want it to be like this, for example. Okay, so let's say this is a bit better than before. Now when we go to our main timeline and we move our bone, you'd see that it automatically fixes the error. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Obviously now we have done this, you might want to hide this triangulate mesh because maybe you're done with the adjustments of all your smart actions for this hand. So I can come over here and open up the settings. First and foremost, I can disable the view, so it's hidden, so it's not going to be showing up in our canvas. And of course, I can also hide this option editing, so it doesn't show at all. Whichever works for you, but now it's pretty invisible, so we can't see it at all. That's going to make it easier for us when we are doing our normal animation. So compare this to this, we have this and this doesn't have that. So just to tell you that we can actually do some adjustments with the mesh. Yeah, that's how you use the image wraps and adjust your rigs. Okay, so it gives you more control for your image layers. So if you've drawn in another software, you could bring it to Moho and then rig it and also do some adjustments to the layer. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Also, I've given you demo file for this. Check it out. There's some nice animations. Check out some of the actions that have been set up, and yeah, you might enjoy the hidden gem for you. Okay, so in our next class, we're going to have a look at the sketch bones, a new kind of bones that have very nice effects. So I'll see you then.